From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
You want to go where to buy a new refrigerator? Steve's A to Z Appliance in Cottonwood? In Cottonwood? Just a 10-minute drive. And they'll save us money. New and used, honest, reliable, factory-trained repair service and parts, and they'll save us money. And dispose of this thing? We gotta make the short drive to Steve's A to Z. Thanks, son.
Steve's A to Z Appliance, front and main streets in Cottonwood. Drive a little, save a lot.
All right, one last day before you can get tickets to AJ Lee and Blue Summit. They're live in concert at the Cascade Theater on Saturday. That's tomorrow, November 1st. You got to get those tickets before they sell out. You can go to cascadetheater.org to get those tickets. They're that bluegrass band. They are from the Santa Cruz area, semi-local. So if you like bluegrass, if you love bluegrass, you're going to love this band if you hadn't had a chance to check them out. You go on YouTube, check them out. They've got some videos. You can check out their music. They've got an amazing sound. So again, it's tomorrow, November 1st. Be sure to head on out and check them out. All right, take a look at this. I want to thank James Burnett for sending in this picture from Shasta Dam. Usually we can call this the Three Shastas, but there were some clouds out there yesterday. And by the way, this is a picture from yesterday. You can see the thin veil of clouds that we did see. That prevented us from seeing Mount Shasta. So more of the two Shastas instead of the Three Shastas. But I want to thank James for sending in this image. You can do the same if you want to see them right here on the morning update and on Coffee with Krueger every weekday morning at 6:30. You can do so by sharing from the free Weather NorCal app. So we've got perfect weather for trick-or-treating here for tonight. We're going to see an increase in cloud cover, but no rain is expected here today, tonight, or even tomorrow, at least for most of us. Above average highs this weekend into Monday. Changes, the bigger changes are arriving early to the middle part of next week. We're talking about a cooler and unsettled weather pattern moving on in. More on all of that in just a second, but here is your Friday, October 31st. Yes, it's Halloween Day. This is your Krueger's Quickcast, and taking a look at out the door here for this morning. It's a little chilly out there, but still around 50 by 8 o'clock in the morning for the valley. Still looking at some patchy fog along the coast, and probably even seeing some patchy fog for many of the mountain and inland valleys. So the storm system off to our west, it certainly is generating some clouds and even some rain well up to our north. Those clouds will be moving in here later on this morning and afternoon. But again, it's not going to bring us any rainfall. That rain will stay to our north. Temperatures around 80, give or take, for the valley today. So another warm day. 60s and 70s for the mountains and low 60s for the coast. Taking a look at that trick-or-treat forecast for the valley. Yeah, mainly clear, although some clouds moving in later this afternoon and evening. Temperatures in the 70s at least through 7 p.m. And then by 8, 9 o'clock, we're talking temperatures in the low to mid 60s. Still cooler for the coast as we'd expect with some clouds out there later this afternoon and evening. Low 50s, low to mid 50s by 7 and 8 p.m. And probably even a little bit cooler in the higher elevations. So yeah, we couldn't have asked for better weather here for those trick-or-treaters here for tonight. There's your 7-day outlook for the valley. There's those showers coming in and cooler weather by Tuesday, Wednesday, and that could linger into Thursday. Now, for the coast, there is some activity that's going to clip Northern California, Del Norte, Northern Humboldt, Western Siskiyou. All could see a chance for showers and, of course, dry on Sunday. Then Monday night is when we start to see the showers come in for the coast and inland, but more of that widespread rain coming in Tuesday and in particular for your Wednesday. Siskiyou County, there is going to be maybe some of that activity coming in for western Siskiyou County Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, but otherwise dry through Monday with those showers coming in as early as Tuesday, possibly lingering into Thursday of next week. And by the way, extending beyond that going into that next weekend, that next Friday, looks like a chance for some more wet weather. So going into a cooler and wetter pattern that's going to be moving on in. All right, that's a look at your Krueger's Quickcast. Let's take a look at that deep dive forecast for your Friday, October 31st. So as mentioned, we do have some clouds that are off to our west. These clouds are going to be moving in throughout the morning and afternoon. You think about what we saw yesterday. It started off fairly clear, but then those high and mid-level clouds began to move in. This may not be quite as extensive with that cloud cover, but we are going to see some as a result. This cold front, as you can see here, is also going to impact in the way of rain today and tomorrow for the Pacific Northwest. But by late in the day Saturday, we see that clips extreme northern California. We'll take a closer look at who's going to be impacted by that the most, but it's mainly the north and western portions of the state. Then by Sunday, we get a bit of a lull. Then we're watching this activity here. Now, this looks to be impacting us probably sometime around Monday evening, Monday night. As you can see, it starts to clip northwestern California again, but it's back here. This is the one I've got my eyes on. This is the one that's eventually going to be impacting us by Wednesday. This is the bigger storm. This is going to pack a bigger punch with some heavier rainfall and winds picking up a little bit here. But you see it's more of what we call a mid-latitude storm, meaning snow levels will be fairly high, probably 6,000 feet or higher. But the Climate Prediction Center, as we've been really saying the last few days, is picking up on this wetter than normal pattern as we do go into early next week. And even through next week, really, we got a chance for showers almost every day starting Tuesday. Now, we take a look at Futurecast here. There it is, Saturday around midday. You see that weak cold front, right? But it is going to bring some showers for Del Norte County, northern Humboldt, even Eureka could see a chance for a shower late in the day on Saturday, western Siskiyou, maybe even northwestern Trinity County. So places like Hoopa, Willow Creek, you may see a shower, but to the south, probably not, right? And then everyone else is looking dry. You can see how it just fizzles out by the time we do go into Saturday night and Sunday morning. Sunday looking dry, Monday looking dry for the most part, but by late in the day Monday, we're going to start to see it move into the north coast and into Siskiyou County as well by Monday night. This will push to the east, giving everyone a chance for showers on Tuesday, but again, that bigger system coming in by the time we get into Wednesday of next week. All right, here's your 10-day trend. And this is something I've been talking about too. We're going to keep it dry through the weekend, keeping it above normal for the most part through Monday. But then that dip in the temperatures is that sign of the changes that we're going to see for next week. Cooler and unsettled. Because if you notice, yes, we see a slight recovery in those temperatures by Friday, Saturday, but still staying below normal. So once that cooler air kicks in, it's going to settle in for a while. Taking a look at those lake levels, we really haven't seen much drop. In fact, if anything, we've actually seen an increase in that lake level for Lake Oroville. So certainly some good news there. I mean, they're looking low, but that's pretty normal for this time of the year. The wave height's not an issue for today, but by tomorrow, we'll probably start to see them increase. We may start to be talking about some small craft advisories Saturday, maybe even into Sunday. But your marine forecast for your Friday, north winds at about 5 to 10 knots, your waves from the north at 3 feet at 5 seconds, and from the northwest at 5 feet at about 10 seconds. All right, here is your neighborhood forecast, sponsored in part by Dignity Health. Trinity County is going to be looking at temperatures in the low to even some mid-70s for your daytime highs, 72 in Ruth, 75 degrees for Trinity Center. Take a look at the Dignity Health North Coast neighborhood forecast for your Friday. So there's that chance for showers. Now, I'd say mainly Eureka northward. South of that, you're probably going to be dry. So Shelter Cove, for example, you probably won't see any showers on Saturday. And then, of course, by Monday night into Tuesday is that next round of some probably heavier rainfall. There you can see the inland areas. I'd say Willow Creek northward, yes, a chance for showers late in the day Saturday. Don't expect much though. Don't cancel those outdoor plans. But to the south of Willow Creek, most likely looking at those dry conditions. All right, Siskiyou County on Saturday. Yeah, western Siskiyou County. So places like Fort Jones, Etna, Happy Camp in particular may see a stray shower late in the day Saturday night. But again, the main event will be here Tuesday, Wednesday, and possibly lingering into Thursday. For Modoc County, you've got temperatures for your Friday in the mid to upper 60s, dry through Monday. Showers coming in Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast also dry all the way through Monday, and then those showers coming in for Tuesday, Wednesday, lingering into Thursday. Your Dignity Health Valley neighborhood forecast, temperatures staying in the upper 70s at least through Sunday, a slight dip in the temperatures on Monday. But yeah, it's Tuesday. And Wednesday, I think, is going to be the day that we see the heaviest amount of rainfall at this point for the valley. You need to set those clocks back an hour on Sunday as well, by the way. And Tuesday, don't be too terribly concerned about that wet weather. Yes, there's showers, but it's not going to be terribly heavy, so don't let that deter you from voting. It's not like you're voting outside anyways, right? You're usually voting inside, so don't let that kind of deter you from voting on next Tuesday. There's a look at your north end of the valley here for your Friday. Yeah, we could see some 80-degree readings here for this afternoon. Looking at your 7-day forecast for Redding, temperatures mainly in the upper 70s through the weekend. Low 70s by Monday and even cooler by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with highs in the low 60s. All right, that's your morning update. I'll be back again at noon with the latest check of your weather. Have a great morning.